Jack disappeared.
I don't know where, but I know that he told me that he did it when he played baseball all the time too.
were in order.
Well, I thought that's why you had all your kids in.
You want to slide that just right there, or just
I got it. I get it right here, and I'll be quarter
I'll
right
just
between.
get that.
go ahead and touch the chairs, yeah.
Yeah, I'll figure this right. And
There.
Oh, it's got all three of them.
This down there. It
The
is.
girls could scoot over a little bit.
I think I've got everybody.
You got everybody?
That is right.
Can you see that far?
No.
Okay, who wants to start it?
I was telling Edith, I really miss the old people. I mean, we are the old.
What do you mean, the old people?
I don't like that.
You are one of the old people.
You sure getting there in a hurry.
I think about Granddad Sloan quite a bit. Of course, I spent time,
Yeah.
staying down on the farm during the summers. After school was out, that's where I headed.
And you were his favorite.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
Oh, I would. I know
Okay,
that.
so when
Bill
you,
was too.
No.
And we were scared
I think it
to
was
death of Don whenever we came to the farm. I don't know
Really?
if you were the big city kid or what, but we were
He was just a
afraid.
big.
I
Maybe
just
that
never,
was it.
I never bit anybody yet.
I know, you're just a pussycat.
so did you go stay and help out on the farm?
Oh, a little. I slopped the hogs.
All right, well that's something.
I made up the, sometimes I made up the wheat. Granddad told me how much to put in a 5-gallon bucket, how much water to add, and it stayed that way until, what, the next day?
Yeah.
Probably.
You feed them, and then you fill it back up and let it soak till the next day. Were you there when we butchered the big old hog that time?
I was there one time when they did, yeah. They hung it out there about halfway between the house and the chicken house.
Yeah.
Yeah. From a, I don't even remember what, from a tree or what?
Yeah.
Or was it a tripod?
I think it's a tree, but I can remember had a heck of a time getting him scalded because he said they'd get big.
They had to pull it down into a
That.
barrel or a vat or something.
I think it was a barrel.
Yeah, blue water.
He
Boiling water.
He probably weighed 300 pounds at least.
Yeah, and they
Scraped the hide
scraping
the hair off.
Scraped all the hair off of it.
It was an old
corn
man deal.
shower?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We used to, remember that?
When I got a little bit older,
It's on this thing too
and
much.
Granddad was letting
I've
me,
seen
or
it, but
having to
take
drive
all
the tractor.
Or we did that for a
One of the times I can remember
When
was
you're that time of year.
the field up
And we used to play behind the chicken house.
northeast,
Sand.
the big one.
You need to wait.
I went out there one day and he put me on the train, and he was pulling a harrow. Put me on that thing, and he went to the house to have lunch and usually took a nap after he ate. And I thought, well, now this has got to be some way to do this better. And the accelerator, the gas thing was right here. Shifted it to a higher gear, and when I got to the east end, I made the turn, and the harrow swung around and caught the fence, pulled out about 100 yards of fence. And I stopped the thing, and I looked up, and here he came. And he walked up and he said, son, what were you thinking? And that's about all he said.
Oh, really? I thought he said more.
No,
I
well,
did too.
he just wanted to know
I told you.
what I was trying to do, and I said, I was just trying to get done earlier, trying to finish up.
You probably never knew it, but I got so damn mad at you about that time.
Is that right?
He wouldn't let me drive that tractor. Well, I drove a tractor bigger than that one, but he wouldn't let me drive it. Dollars.
Hmm.
I
Oh
told you.
my God,
He was
3
the
years
I'm not
difference.
too sure he let me drive it much after that.
I didn't have
He
any
let you shoot the
business.
gun too.
Oh,
North had a
yeah.
gun.
Yeah. They had
You shoot the
Mildred
crows?
Brown's oldest son,
Junior.
Junior Brown. He had a 22 that stayed down there all the time, all those years. And Mickey, remember the dog, the old bird dog that was down there? I brought him from Tonkawa. He came to our place at Tonkawa as a little pup, about that tall. Mom, it might be a little bigger. About that time we moved to Enid, took him with me to Enid. Yeah, I had to do a lot of begging to get Dad to let me keep him, because he'd run him off the back porch a lot of times. I finally talked him into letting me keep the dog. And
So why were your folks in Tonkawa?
that's Granddad owned the
The
Tonkawa laundry.
laundry.
Yeah, and Dad worked for him.
Oh, okay.
My mom and
I
Dad
forgot
both
that, yeah.
worked for
Well,
him.
he ran
What
for
were
a
their
while.
granddad and dad's names? What were their names?
Pardon?
Their names?
Grandpa was Omer,
Homer.
Odd.
Homer Austin.
and Don's dad was Buck.
Yeah. Louis Ray Buck Sloan.
Yeah.
Grandpa had a
And Mom
nickname
was
for every kid.
Doris Elizabeth Lee Sloan. And they both worked for Granddad. And he finally decided he wanted to go back to the farm. And he sold out to somebody.
So
And
everybody moved.
yeah,
Well, Don, no,
we
wait a
did for a
minute.
while.
Did he go back to farm and then go back to Tonkawa before he sold it?
He might have. All that's kind of
Well,
a little
I'm
bit.
thinking that he came back to farm for 2 or 3 years and then went back up there for 2 or 3. And then-
Could have.
And then sold it and then come back. And he came back the last time in 41, wasn't it?
Probably, I was in
They're
first or
about-
second grade when they came back.
Well, that's when he got that tractor, and I think it's a 41 model.
We lived on the farm for a few months. I don't know, Charles talked about it, because he went to school in Oakview.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
That's where I ran
Yeah,
my
I
hand
know.
in a ringer.
Oh,
I know he used
They
to let me
turned
drive
around.
that old,
wrung it out, huh?
Run it out.
one of his cars
Jackie did that.
Blue.
down to the
Jack
mailbox
Third?
to
Did he?
get the mail.
It's got a big old scar right here.
I
He's
used
got
to have
cancer.
scars on
Want
my
to, but
fingers, but
I begged enough that
I
he'd
remember
let
it's
me
all
drive
black
down
and
there.
blue.
Mailbox once.
And all they had to do is just hit
Do you
this
remember
thing,
Grandma's
release it.
birds?
No.
Her what?
Birds?
Some lady was.
Oh, yeah, the canaries, yeah.
Yes, there was a big, huge
Oh,
cage, and I
yes.
just kind of remember.
Oh, she had
Yeah.
a lot of, a couple
Did
of
she
those
have it at the
cages.
farm?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Well,
yes.
she had a lot of canaries in that, well, I wouldn't say a lot. She had raised canaries there in one room, off the west end of the laundry was a room that she had just for her canaries. And that big cage was in there, as well as I can remember.
Is that where Mom got her canaries? It was in the basement? In a cage about that
That's
long,
right.
Yeah.
about this tall, about that wide.
I
Yeah,
just
lots of
remember
canaries in
Yes.
it.
Yeah, at
Will
least,
you-
at least that tall.
Yes.
Florida,
More-
probably right there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I bet that's where it came
And
from.
she'd take me in there once in a while, wouldn't let me go in by myself. She'd take me in once in a while and let me see the nest with the little bitty canaries in it. And I always thought that was so great.
I remember going out and picking the blackberries a lot. It was
Yeah.
hot, sticky time. And getting in the corn crib thing and playing. And when, if we went there in the winter time and if there was snow on the ground, Grandpa always had us take our shoes off and we would go outside and run around in our bare feet. And then we'd come in and dry our feet all off, and he would take a grapefruit and peel it like an orange, and we would eat that grapefruit. Yeah. And then I remember he always made that punch for us kids when we went there. Remember out of the bottle? He bought that punch in a bottle and then he mixed it with water. You don't remember that? Yeah.
I remember Grandma used to eat part of the peeling of the orange or grapefruit every morning. And she drank Ovaltine every morning.
And when I guess when she had headaches, she took Alka-Seltzer. And there was out in the old, where they dumped the trash and all, used to just be full of Alka-Seltzer bottles.
Is that Maud you're talking about?
Maud.
Maud? Okay.
Yeah.
In fact, you talk about the old corn shelter, thing I remember about that, you know, you always had a bunch of chickens. Had the meanest dang rooster there
Oh,
was.
terrible.
Well, I was out there and I shoved me a bunch of corn and I saved all the cobs and I was gonna get that rooster. Only trouble, he come up behind me.
Oh,
Yeah,
He was
he's
awful.
following.
Get out of the car and he was
Oh,
right
yeah.
after you.
yeah.
But man, I was really praised for him. You know, there's 2 doors in that chicken house, and I didn't see him come out of this.
I just remember Grandpa always saying to leave his chickens alone, stay away from the chickens, don't go in the chicken house. And as soon as he'd go to the field, Grandma'd come out and say, would you kids go get me some eggs? Everybody was really protective of her. Was she sick a lot or was she just gentle?
She just
Gave in to all the
I
grandkids.
never,
Well, yeah.
I never heard her ever raise her voice.
I
to
didn't
anybody.
either. I remember Sharon, when she was little, she wanted a glass of milk. And Ollie Mae said, don't give her very much because she'll spill it. And Sharon said, very top. So Grandma filled it to the very top. She didn't spill it.
I remember heating up the irons too, so we could do the ironing at the farm. Yeah, had help out
Remember
there.
how
Shooing the flies out with the dish towels.
when Grandma was gonna fix a chicken or two, how you'd catch them?
Yeah, the hook.
That big old long piece of number 9 wire on a stick, nailed to a stick with a hook in it. Hook them by the leg.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just
Or a bunch of
get them to
chickens out
feeding
like-
on
She
something,
run their
wheat
neck,
or
didn't
corn or
she?
something. Sneak up there and she'd point out the one she wanted you to get. Hook it by the leg and pull it in and hand it to her. She did the rest.
Yeah.
Did you, Calvin,
Off comes
remember
Ned.
the tea parties that Calvin Knox's wife had with us girls with the tea parties? Oh, in the corn crib thing? Do you remember that?
Where the corn cribs.
You don't remember the
Tea
tea
party.
parties with her? Oh, yeah, she came over and, can't remember her name.
Talking about,
Is that his first wife?
First wife or second wife?
That'd be the first one.
had to be the first one.
She
What?
would,
Who are you talking
it
about?
was-
Calvin's
Calvin's
wife.
Oh, that was,
What's her name?
boy,
she was tied to the fries somewhere, or was that the second?
I can't
I
think
think
of
it
her
was
name.
the first one.
The first one, the first one. The second one was a birch.
The second one lives in Enid,
Right.
still.
She was a bird?
She died.
And that's,
She died.
She died.
recently?
No,
Not
no,
she
No,
several years ago.
it's her daughter that lives in Enid.
Her daughter still lives in Enid.
Calvin's daughter, Carolyn.
Carolyn.
Yeah, I know, but doesn't,
But Carolyn's mother passed away
Maybe I'm wrong.
several years
I
ago.
did not know that. I
Yeah.
thought she still lived with Carolyn.
No.
Hmm.
And when Betty passed away,
Oh, actually, that
see
might
her
be
mother
the one thing.
married
Yeah.
Jack Heyman.
Yeah.
They live out in Texas.
And he was at Betty's funeral.
Betty was the daughter.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
The
She's
first
our
wife.
age. She was the same age we were.
Yeah, same age as you and Bill.
And I can't remember, what was her first name?
Betty?
That was
Yeah.
the daughter.
Yeah, he's talking
That
about her
was
mom.
Calvin's first wife.
I can't tell you right off.
I
I can't
remember
either.
one summer when we were there and we had those peasant blouses with the elastic in the sleeve and the striped skirts. And
Yeah.
Grandpa was out in the field and I don't know what was behind it, but we drug behind it. And so those skirt and blouses were just solid, almost mud.
Oh dear.
And did we ever get in trouble?
Did we? Imagine that.
I know it's hard to find watermelons anymore the size that they were, the granddad grew.
No, those were
They
great.
don't
Well, they
grade
kind
us.
of too close together and they quit growing the old black diamond.
Yeah.
nuts, but, I had some last summer I couldn't pick up, but that don't mean a lot either.
I remember we always looked to a special time of going to church with Grandpa, the old thing. And he would get up there with his little tuning fork and and start the singing, and I have his tuning fork.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, I do.
Don, whatever happened to his old 10-gauge shotgun?
That what?
Grandpa's old 10-gauge shotgun?
Well, I can remember a double barrel 12,
Well, he had a double barrel 10 at some point.
but I don't.
See, I remember
probably-
you with a.
He
with a
probably
gun
kept
that
that
was-
hid so I wouldn't shoot it.
Well, he,
I shot that old double barrel 12 a lot. Had a hole in the right hand barrel, about that far out from from where you break it.
uh-huh.
Would be the chambers. The right hand barrel had a hole in it, but you had to break it open and close it off, or just close it off and look into it and expose that hole to the sunlight to realize there was a hole in it all the way through anyway. But it was just this real small thing. But I shot it that way.
Well, he had a 10-gauge he told me about shooting ducks with it.
Hmm.
But he was, that back field of his used to be underwater half the time.
Yeah.
Well, he was laying down and the ducks flew over, so he just reached over and got the old 10-gauge and fired. When his back was right against the ground. So he raised his feet straight up, like it broke his shoulder.
I can imagine.
Did Omar or Ma, did they ever talk about their parents or where they came from, their childhood? They talk about their
You'll have to translate for me. I'm real hard of hearing.
He was asking if Grandpa or Grandma ever talked about their parents.
or their childhood.
Well, see, Grandma was
Not that I can.
left. I don't know what happened to his mother.
John David would be
dad.
Homer's dad, right? John David is buried in the Enid Cemetery. And I didn't know that until Ina Mary, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Told me back about 3 or 4 reunions. Well, it might be more than that. Several years ago.
Well, when I found out about it was when Letterman's funeral, because you sold them the 2 extra lots there, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Did you sell Peggy the 2 extra lots there in the cemetery at Sloan's?
Yes.
And
Somebody.
well, when we were at that funeral is when I found out Grandpa was buried there. I think it was Faye that told me, took me over there.
Yeah. I can remember sending a letter to all of the grandkids, I believe, that I could gather up to see if we as a whole could take possession of those because there was, how many? I think there was 3 or 4 lots left.
Might have been 4, but I know Peggy
I
and
think
her
it
husband
was.
was going to be buried there. Like if it hadn't been for
And-
that, I'd have never known where John Davis.
We sold them and give the money to the reunion. We call it the reunion fund because they were just sitting there. Nobody was ever going to use them.
Well, Grandpa lived with some doctor.
Well,
I don't know
that's the
how
story
old he
we've
was,
heard.
and that's where I think he. I mean, remember that machine that he used to
Yes.
have?
I remember that. I don't know what happened
Kind
to
of
that
electrical. You'd run that thing up and down your
thing. Yeah,
arm
and
or
you
your
could turn it
back.
up, It
You
make
remember
the-
that, Donald?
No.
There was a little box about this long. It had blue lights, didn't it?
Had a blue light.
Well, there's several of them. And you could increase the strength of it.
Mm.
But you get up there where you make your arm jump like this or just real.
I don't know. Didn't know about that.
Mhm.
I didn't find out he was a diabetic until
You had that fire.
I was in my teens.
Well, he had that fire and put it out. That's what I found out.
Well, I don't think he knew.
I don't think
Yeah,
he did either.
he knew before that because Grandma was always fixing him bran muffins. She'd send me out to that greenery to get a big bowl or pitcher of just bran flakes right out of a bran bag And I'd walk in there and the mice would be running all over that stuff. And she'd make bran muffins because those he could eat because
Well,
he's diabetic.
I remember Mom getting diabetic ice cream for special occasions and stuff for
Mhm.
Grandpa.
And
Yeah.
she made
And
cookies too.
And she talked about him eating his oatmeal every day with no sugar.
Right.
But I thought they had just found out that he had it. I didn't know he had it for a long time.
I think,
I think he knew since he
when I
was
was in high school or something, I think, because he used to eat a lot of peanut brittle, because, you know, he raised peanuts, and we all had peanuts.
something tells me that he became aware that he was diabetic somewhere around the age of 50.
That's what
I
I would
don't know.
say too.
That's, I don't know what makes me think that.
Well, I wonder if it wasn't the time that he had the fire.
I don't
that
remember
one
the
time
fire,
he
but I
Well,
know that he would not eat
Yeah.
anything that was a carbohydrate. He would not eat corn, would not eat potatoes.
Yeah.
He
I
was
remember
strict
there was
about-
a fire, but I can't remember what the
Well,
name was.
he
What
was trying to start a fire one morning. He had gasoline
Oh,
in
yeah.
there, and it got away from him, and it caught the sill of the door,
Oh,
and he rubbed it out with his hands.
oh,
Well, he wound up in the hospital, and I think
Yeah.
that's when he found out he had diabetes.
Probably.
oh, okay.
But
See,
And
I
I
didn't
always wondered why he sweetened it. He drank a lot of, with his lunches at noon, drank a lot of Kool-Aid. And I always wondered why he sweetened it with saccharine tablets. Those little bitty white tablets.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And he'd sweeten his Kool-Aid with saccharine tablets.
well, I remember.
And I all those years, I wondered why he didn't use sugar.
Now you know.
Now I know.
Well, Grandma would always save all of the livers and gizzards. And she'd dress all those chickens. Then when we would come back in the summertime, she'd make chicken and noodles because I think Charles liked
Really?
the gizzards, I think.
Well, I remember making ice cream when everybody come back.
Yeah.
Bring a 100-pound block of ice,
Rice.
break it up with a hammer, and then
Yeah.
put a burlap sack on top of it, and we take turns sitting on the hill while somebody else cranked it.
Yeah.
Do you remember the washing machine that she had that was like
Yes.
half moon shaped? It had
Did
a
this.
door on
Yes,
either side
yes.
and it had a handle that she pushed back and forth.
Yeah. Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Did she always keep making her lye soap?
Probably if she had any
Did she
soap, she
what?
did.
Always keep making her lye soap?
She made it up pretty late. I don't know when she quit, but
Because, I wasn't very old really when she died.
well, she
And
died
I
at
just
53.
Yeah, but I remember her making that lye
Lye
soap.
I was in,
And she made lots of cheese.
Lots of those big old
Big
round
round
things of cheese.
cheese.
I remember
I
those.
was in
I
Korea
didn't know
when
that.
she passed away, and they wouldn't let me come home. So when I-
Oh, that had to hurt.
Yeah, it did. I tried my best to get here, but I wouldn't let me. Had to be immediate family.
Tell her about obedience is as good a gift.
Yeah. I remember when she got so sick, Mom and must have been Mildred. I don't know who all was at the house, but Frank and Pete were out at Grandma's. And the girls told them to get her dressed and bring her in. They would have everything, the meal all ready, so she didn't have to stay in. She would only be there a short time because she was already feeling bad. And they said, make sure her hair looks good. Fix her hair. So here they come. Oh my gosh. She had her long flannel nightgown on under her dress because they sure as heck weren't going to undress her to help her, It was Grandma. And they didn't know what to do with her hair, so they cut her braid
Oh, no.
about, how far down it was. It was about right here.
Oh, my
And
goodness.
I thought the girls were going to kill them. They were so mad.
Well, she
But
always
they
waved
shouldn't,
her hair.
they shouldn't have left the guys to be doing that. That's crazy.
She had this big knot on her head that she'd always drape her hair
Yeah.
to cover that knot.
I didn't
Oh,
know
I didn't know
that.
that either.
Like right there.
Well,
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I remember the knot now. Okay.
Yeah, but it was It was
It was
like
about this
half
big
an,
around,
got one,
wasn't it?
Dot?
half of an egg.
Did you inherit that?
I don't know. I think hers was over here. Wasn't
Which
it?
side?
Pardon?
I don't remember which side.
I think hers was on the right side. I think.
I remember
But
that.
I'm sure,
Would
you
have
know,
been,
pictures
would have
you
been
could tell
higher up
always.
too. Higher up and right in here. And it was about like half of a Benny egg.
Uh-huh.
Did you ever notice, you ever stop and take a good look at her and kind of see some Indian?
Well,
Yes, I certainly did.
But
Did
I
you
didn't
really?
stop and think about that until
well,
just
what
a few
what
years
happened to the
ago.
picture of, what's his name?
Maybelle
Maybelle
Mays.
Mays. And she was
Maybe
born Grandma's mother.
No,
No, grandma.
grandmother.
And she was born in Missouri. Don't know what Indian tribe, but she's in her full Indian garb in one picture.
Really?
But Philip over there had a blood deal run on him. They say he's got no Indian in him, so I don't know where
Well,
he came
maybe
from.
she was dressed
I used to
up
work for
a
a tribe
pageant or something.
in Potawatomi, and they did a DNA test on us, on me,
Well, then it must have been.
and there's no Indian
I
blood.
thought
on
she
it.
was Cherokee.
Well, that's what I always thought.
Now there are
I
chotes
think
on the
that's
roll,
my
but it's not any of our relatives.
She must
I
not
checked out all the
have much
chotes on the roll,
Indian blood.
and the Jones, the Sloans, everybody.
Like how
And there's
much?
no
I don't
direct
know.
relatives of ours.
Never could find out.
Well,
I
always
saw a
liked it.
picture of her when she
But-
was younger.
Is that right?
Yes, I
Well,
did.
So,
you're
like,
supposed
you
to have
know,
some on the other side too.
On the Jones. Well, he's part Jones too.
Yeah.
What happened to it?
Well, it probably got thinned out so thin they couldn't find it.
See, I've never seen that.
I'm more likely to think it's stories of family that probably weren't exactly legit.
Mother. What's the first three girls?
Mabel.
Maybe.
Yeah. Mildred, Mabel, and
Ethel.
yeah, and Ethel. And Dad was sitting on Grandma's lap. She looked awful young, especially to have the oldest girl was probably 9, 10, 11, somewhere along in there.
And you think
If that
grandma
much.
was 13?
I think that's what it was. I'll have to go back. and
I'm gonna
check.
sneak out and go with this. Of course, I bet she knows.
'Cause she
Oh,
looked,
you like that?
she looked pretty young when she already had 4.
When Aunt Mabel passed away, Richard sent me a box of pictures, and in that box was one of the aprons that they used in the laundry.
Huh.
And it says something about laundry on the front of it, embroidered.
I figured I should have brought those pictures back here.
Well, I like to remember Uncle Pete had one of those deals hanging from the ceiling that your box would hit all the time.
Oh,
It was right back to back. But he went all the way through school in Tonka.
remember climbing on top of that old cement block house? Oh, I hated to do that, because you had to go up the cellar.
Run up
and
the cellar
down,
door.
And then there was this flat roof with an overhang, and you had to hang on that overhang and then swing your body up and get on top.
Well, see,
It
that's.
didn't like us
We
up there, did it?
We
I
slept
hated
on
to
that
go
thing.
up
Well, you
I
got
thought
big
that
enough you
we
could get
got
up there by
trouble.
yourself, but nobody would
Oh,
help.
stand up there and
Yeah.
Yep.
wave at the
I can
airplanes.
remember sleeping up there a lot
Oh,
of times.
yeah. Well, I can remember I finally got to where I could get up there. I said,
It
they're
was
short.
hard.
And when the Waltons were, you know, when they come back to visit, and they were there, all of us kids.
No,
It's a wonder one of us didn't fall off and break her neck.
But you and Charles jump up there like a couple of dead young monkeys.
Yeah.
I couldn't make it.
It's hard to do.
You had that,
Well, because that ledge came out.
Yeah.
I know
That-
it, so you had to swing your whole
you
body
had
up
that
over.
V for victory painted on that
You ever
roof.
go up there and wave at the planes?
Well, that tornado raped that one.
I tell you what, I didn't believe a tornado would tear that house apart.
I didn't either.
What
Yeah.
house is that?
The old brick house, or block
The
house,
block house.
Oh, it did? When did it do that?
oh, about 5 years ago.
Yeah.
It
Really?
wiped it out.
I've been there since, and I think we picked up a block or two.
Those darn blocks weigh 85 pounds apiece.
Yeah.
Now you picked up a couple of the log cabin.
Well, before the log cabin fell, or went down, crumpled, Jerry and I don't know whether Terry was with us or not, we went and pulled a log that ran clear across the north end. We managed to work one loose, and we pulled a whole log out of that thing and cut it up, and each one of us took a piece, and I've got a piece that stands about that high, the log cabin.
I've got a little chunk.
Pardon?
I've got a little chinking piece. Yeah,
The only reason I got it is because I was born in that log cabin,
yeah.
and I wanted something to kind of remember it by. Because the Pollards owned it by then.
Yeah.
And we went stopped over there,
Do they still
Mr.
own
Pollard,
them?
the old Pollard, stopped over there and got permission to go over and scrounge what we wanted. And he let us.
Did you know that one time that was a 2-story house?
Yes, I did know that, yeah. And that,
Tornado took it off.
yeah, so that, you know, they say they'll go back, hit the same place maybe.
Evidently it did.
Yeah, evidently.
Mom always called it a cyclone.
Whatever it was, it took the
Yeah.
top off.
For what they ate it?
Mother was upstairs.
Because they
Their
slept.
bedroom.
Yeah,
Is
they
this
slept.
the house that used to sit there and come over y'all's place?
No, this was
This is
the
a
old log
log
house.
house.
Oh, the log cabin?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
The other one was moved in there. Let's see, they moved that back in there.
I can remember when they did it.
Yeah, I'm trying to say.
Because that come off y'all's place down
Yeah.
south. Yeah.
Yeah, he moved it, get rid of the old boy that was living there. Hutchison.
How long did you live in that cabin, Don? You said you were born there.
In the old log cabin, my folks moved to Tonkwall when I was just a little bitty baby. Just real little.
What year were you born?
32. February 32.
Well, Grandpa was already in Tonkwall then.
I expect he was.
Because
My folks stayed on the farm.
right,
Couldn't make a go of it.
and they went back to Tonkwall.
They went to Tonkwall and went to work for Granddad.
Well, I'm thinking 21 was written on the foundation of that block house. But I
yeah,
didn't
somewhere
know
along in
that when
there.
he started or when he finished.
I can remember seeing 1927 somewhere on it. Because Dad and Hun,
Probably. His son died
they're
in 38.
two of the people that made the blocks and did part of the construction. Now, they had to dig the cellar by hand, didn't they?
Well, sure.
And
That was an old Sears and old Buck block machine.
I could stand up and well, any adult could, unless
In
you
the
were
cellar.
unless you were John Wayne, 6'4".
Well, that old machine was up there in the trees where the junkyard was.
Oh, the block making machine?
It was for a long time.
Oh, there, I didn't know that. But Dad told me that he and Hun made a lot of the blocks. and
Make
did
2
lot
at a
of-
time.
Pardon?
Make 2 at a time.
And did a
I'll
lot of
tell you
construction.
something else I bet you didn't know.
Pardon?
Remember the old thrash machine?
Peanut thresher?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know where it come from?
101 Ranch.
Who bought it?
Dad? Yeah. I don't know how you got it from there to the farm, but,
Railroad.
oh, did?
Went from over there to Enid, from Enid to Hennessy, and unloaded it there.
Well, I'll be. Now that I didn't know. It seemed like he told me, the only reason I said Dad is because it seemed like he told me that he bought it at the 101 Ranch when they had that sellout sale.
And I think that was in 38. I'm not sure.
So you guys would farm peanuts down there? You had,
He always had a patch of peanuts, so we all had peanuts. My dad would roast peanuts every night.
And we made peanut butter.
Oh, peanut butter, peanut brittle.
He probably didn't have over 10 acres or so, 10, 15. But he always backed that thrash machine right up to his barn. and load the vines, the leaves and stuff in the barn and fed his cows. Of course, your inventory of peanuts went in there with them.
Yep. I can remember going out there and sitting on the top of it, digging around through it, and eating, weren't big peanuts, they just little ones, but eating the peanuts.
It's as rich a food as you can get for those old milk cows.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah.
And they had the laundry. I went up one week to stay, and Grandma always really made good rice pudding, so I wanted some rice pudding. So she'd have me walk around the block, and there was a funeral home on the corner.
Right to the south, across the alley,
Right.
from the laundry.
And they had petunias all the way around it. And I would pull petunias, and suck out the juice. And I'd stop and Grandma would say, well, it's not ready yet. You go around the block again. And I'd go around the block and pick those petunias. By the time the petunias were about all picked, well, the rice pudding was finished.
And I remember going over there at night when it was dark, and we'd try to look in the windows at the funeral home in the basement, you know, if we thought we were, then we'd be scared to death. And then I always remember the ice house across the street. Yeah.
And there was a swing in the laundry. I used to swing on that swing. Yeah.
Inside?
Inside.
Well, they had to
Back
keep
where they
us
did all the clean,
occupied.
all the washing and everything. And it's a big area, and it's swing, and I can remember I wanted to try to swing with my hands down at the very bottom of the seat,
Yeah.
and when I did, I fell out.
Grandma was 15.
We make the little cannon out of that time.
Well, I know part of it was a piece of pipe.
Yeah, but there's a piece of it that was off of some machine. It had a little round thing you flip up. We put the fuse through that, drop it down.
Yeah.
It was one of those deals where you used to squirt oil into a bearing.
Yeah.
But I don't remember what we got it off of,
I
but we
don't
like to
either.
wore it out that
But
day.
I remember, yeah, I remember it was on the, would be the breech, or, you know, back into the cannon,
Yeah.
and we could get a firecracker down there somehow or another, get the fuse up enough to light it.
I don't remember how we did it, but I remember making that thing.
What were you lighting? What was it?
Firecrackers.
Firecrackers?
Yeah.
We made a gun out of it.
All us kids, you pop firecrackers all day long down there on the fort. I did like this one time with one of those, I don't know what you call them, black cats or whatever, but I know the fuses were fast burning, and I got to right here when it went off, right in my ear. Numbed these fingers, they were 2 fingers in this thumb, just numbed them like you wouldn't believe.
I did that same thing and had to go get a tetanus shot.
With what?
I had to go get a tetanus shot after mine.
Oh,
went
did
off.
you? Did it
It broke the skin. with
broke
it.
the skin? Well, okay. Didn't break my skin, but it sure made them numb. That's probably why I don't hear good now,
It was probably so.
because of all that
All the
hunting I did
guns.
then and later on.
Well, I figured that dang John Deere tractor I drove. Last time, well, I guess it wasn't last time, but the manifold broke, the muffler fell off.
And so you was getting pop, pop,
I
pop,
was shooting
pop.
fire, I thought like that. I was bound determined I was gonna finish that field. Oh, I hated that tractor.
I remember when Grandpa painted his car with a
Paintbrush.
brush, a paintbrush. Oh,
No, I
that
don't remember that.
nearly died.
I don't remember
You
that.
remember the time that, I don't know which time it was, but Ari, Frank, and Pete went out there and worked on the brakes on that car. But Grandpa didn't have any brakes. And they tightened them up. Grandpa got in, went to town, come back, loosed them up, said, by God, they throw you clear out of the car. But he'd come up to a crossing to stop, just like this, and just keep right going. I don't know how he ever pulled that four-wheel trailer, ever stopped.
Were you around close when they had to destroy Mickey. They wrote me a letter, said they had to put him to sleep, shoot him, because Granddad ran over him with that, pulling that trailer, and Mickey always ran along beside one of the tires on the sandy road. And this one particular time, the dog slipped and went under the wheel, broke his back. They wrote me a letter while I was overseas and said they had to shoot him. They didn't say what they did with him. Had I been there, I took him out on that hill east and probably buried him, but I'm not going to tell them what they did with him. I've been curious to know.
What kind of dog was he?
Just a bird dog, just an old stray pup that came to the house in Tonkawa, and I adopted him. Took him to the farm, and that's where he spent the rest of the way. I took him home 1 week there in Enid, and he just went crazy. He didn't like that at all, being in town. So the very next weekend, I took him to the farm. He spent his whole life there, except for first few weeks in Tonkawa.
Okay, they're trying to claim that we need to get a quick picture.
Yeah.
Are we stopping?
Uh-huh. They're trying to clean up out there. Wait, we're gonna get a quick picture.
Excuse me.
Well, here, you may take your. I can take a
I
picture
should
for
just
you
have to
guys.
nail these guys down.
Oh, it's put it upside down and.
Bring the camera in.
I didn't either. It's out in the,
We'll send you
it's out
copies.
in the van. It's probably cooked by now.
Oh, gosh.
You didn't hear Amy?
I can get in
Oh,
here.
shoot.
I mean, after all.
You know what?
Get over
Actually,
there.
if everybody could sit on the couch,
Oh,
we
that's
get a
what
better
we
picture
do.
without the window
Yeah,
behind
yeah,
you.
yeah, look.
Okay.
Not to be too bossy or anything.
You know, we have
I'll
to
get
look.
on there.
Yeah, we can. I can get on
Oh.
the
Well, you're on the end
Okay,
there. You
we'll-
might not have been too bad. but-
Okay, you
Don
go
can
over
stay
here
right there.
and then we'll do
Now,
every
Don can
other.
stay right there. Okay.
Oh, now that you're up,
Okay,
yeah.
well, you're next. Hey, you gotta come over
No,
here.
No.
it makes him look like he's more important than he is. Okay, scooch over.
The guy with the camera
I was
said I
gonna
could sit here.
I was going to do every other boy and
Jeez.
girl, and then you guys.
It happened.
Well, if you want, you can rearrange. Then in 20 years, when I come back, we'll try to figure out why you guys kept moving around in the picture.
Well, for a photographer, you're sure having trouble there.
Yeah.
A different camera, right?
That's right.
Go use mine.
I'm bad at choosing this one anyway.
Oh, well. We got a couple.
Okay, which one of you guys is the oldest?
Oldest,
Right there.
I probably am.
by far.
That bald-headed guy there?
Well, ask who's the youngest.
That bald-headed.
What day in February
By
is
far
your
the
birthday?
oldest.
23rd
23rd, okay. Mine's the 7th.
Is he really?
of February.
Yeah,
He is.
20 years.
35.